I be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
Welcome back here to the What's Cooking program, CRN Digital Talk Radio, nationwide, coast to coast. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Glad to have you folks with us here today on the big show. Coming up on today's program, the great baseball star pitcher Matt Young will be with us. He's a sommelier, and we'll also be talking with Vic Perino, the owner of actually the part owner of Columbo's Restaurant, Italian Steakhouse, and Jazz Club there in Los Angeles. Should be kind of fun.
Should be kind of interesting that we both mentioned the Southern California oceanside dining establishments, because the two restaurants that we happen to mention kind of pride themselves in having very kind of quality cuisine that they have executive chefs that really put a lot of attention and detail into their work. Whereas, I guess in years past, oceanside dining has been kind of known to be a little less than stellar.
What do you mean? I mean, well, yeah, I guess because, well, I mean, any town where the view is the number one attraction, then sometimes they slide on the food.
Yeah.
So now you've had to make sure the food is okay.
I mean, I hate to kind of throw at least single out anybody in particular, but I'd be kind of curious because I can't think of any view restaurant, any kind of probably more renowned than that one that they have in Seattle. What is it called? The Space Needle?
I always wanted to go there. I've never been there. Always wanted to go ever since I was a kid, and the World's Fair was there. Is that a great dining spot?
I would hope so. I would hope so. There's kind of I know a kind of the places where they, again, in Southern California at the airport, I know a lot of people have seen their famous, what they call their theme restaurant, which I don't think is known for providing great cuisine. So I hope
What's the theme restaurant at the airport? Is that kind of like that weird Los Angeles International Airport space thing there? I was up there one time when I was a kid years ago. And during that time, you had to wear a tie. And so my uncle went there just dropping some people off. You know, you're working in the backyard. You got to drop somebody off over there. You go there and, please, sir, you'll have to use one of our courtesy ties. And he just really scowled at that. We just walked out of the place. Commander Horn and the brigade, we just took right off and left. I mean, courtesy tie, what's that all about? You ever been to a place where they ask you for a courtesy tie? I'll tell you, it's great food and everything, but the 21 Club, if you don't have a tie, I went there with the great Ron Beaton. Generalissimo Federico Beaton, our Senate correspondent. Ron Beaton, our overall correspondent. He said, well, the tie? Because he's been retired for a while. He says, I don't know if I need a tie. Michael, what do you think? I need a tie? And I said, I think you need a tie. And I was as strict as I could, telling him to get a tie. He insisted. And, of course, when he went there, they did it very classy. They had people like Ron Beaton come there all the time. It was almost like a haberdashery store. The guy had different ties that could match your shirt or whatever. And the guy took him into like a dressing room over there and said, you have a stripe with a little bit of hint of gray. And he came out with I think Mr. Beaton actually bought the tie when he left. Had them stamp the tie. I ate and enjoyed the 21 Club food menu. And it was like pretty good. So anyway, that's a side story. But he did have to wear a tie. And then he had a hearing problem, I think, when we did. Well, because they have that famed recipe at the 21 Club in New York. It's chicken hash, and it's delicious. It's like real comfort food. And I believe maybe it was the lovely Mrs. Beaton thought that it was chicken heads or something over there, and she was like asking the waiter a bunch of times, "Chicken head," and we said, "No, chicken hash." Chicken head, and she enjoyed it. She will go there and order that all the time. And I do believe it was chicken hash.
We'll have to talk to...
No one really clarified, but it was delicious.
We'll have to talk to our producer, Claudia McMahon, to see if maybe we can get somebody on from the Space Needle restaurant out of Seattle.
Oh, definitely. That would be great.
That would be excellent.
I would actually travel there. You know who will know about the Space Needle is our very own Steve Evans, Steve the movie guy, because he was a disc jockey in Seattle for many years as the famed Tom McKay.
You know what we're going to do? I got it even better. Forget about Steve. Our guest coming up, Matt Young. He played for the Seattle Mariners.
You got it again. Even better yet.
We're going to ask him. He's dined there, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure he has. Come on, this guy,
He's
a baseball celebrity.
We'll get it right from the source.
Plays in Seattle. Oh, Mr. Young, please. He probably got the table. Just a great place. I'm telling you.
No, I love this whole Matt Young story. This whole thing with. I guess he has there's a family business called Premier Gaming, and I don't know how much he made during baseball, but apparently this Premier Gaming did pretty well. because that's what he credits to being able to afford him one of the top wine collections and his reputation as a sommelier.
And probably because he was one of those baseball players that kind of was on that cusp over there when they just played him to play and didn't give him $1 million to go ahead and have a hangnail. I mean, come on, the millions of dollars going out there right now. You got this guy George Sherrill on the Dodgers. He can't throw the ball towards the press box, and I'm telling you, they're giving him $4.2 million. He was on waivers. Here's how bad you are when you really have a bad time, and I don't want to insult any players, but in this case, I'll insult Mr. Sherrill. If you're that bad of a pitcher and you're on waivers and no one picks you, that's pretty bad. I mean, he didn't even get. We took a look at him from the CRN softball team and passed.
That's usually the end of the career when they release you on waivers, and then you don't get picked up by a team.
You can't make it on our. And we have Jack Roberts, and he's on the DL right now and can barely walk up his steps. And I'm telling you right now, he's still on our team over George Sherrill. I would sooner put Jack Roberts on the mound today at this stage of his recuperation than I would George Sherrill. And I think Jack Roberts would talk the batter out.
That's a good point. Leave it to Matt Young. Have let's say as our very own Dick Sinclair, who does the Polka Party show. He has he has multiple oars.
6'5" and even.
He has multiple oars in the water. So good for Matt Young.
What does that mean? Multiple oars in the water.
That means that he has
different. What does that mean?
It means that if the baseball thing doesn't pan out, he has something else to fall back on. And as in with the case with Matt Young,
I thought that was like an intelligence measure from some kind of testing system of your mental prowess when you don't have all your oars in the water. That was like a comment made. So what do you mean he's got multiple oars? Does that mean that he's like semi-okay? I mean, you could be insulting the man.
No, like in case like one goes out, he has another one to kind of...
He should have all his oars in the water, and then that means he's like, pretty good.
Well, he's got
multiple.
He's got things to fall back on. The premier game...
Please put Mr. Young into the IQ tank over there, and we'll test his IQ prior to coming on the show.
Let's not ask too many questions about Premier Gaming. That sounds like, I don't want to say one of those Pete Rose deals, but it sounds like it could go in that direction.
Yeah, I didn't know that he had a big business like that. I have to find out what that's all about. Anyway,
sounds like something I'd like, nevertheless.
The iPhone, these people that when you grab the iPhone, apparently it is the grip of death, because if you grab your iPhone around the edges, it cuts the signal out. Now Apple says they're going to give all of you that bought iPhone 4s they're going to give you cases. Because if you put a case around your phone, the problem does not exist. So instead of trying to hold it like carefully, you put in grabbing it in a weird way, you can now have a case around it.
Or
it'll be all jammed up in your pocket, but at least you'll be able to get a phone call. And then again, you might just as well keep it the way it is, because it is AT&T, and we know that their phone system does not work very well. I can attest to that. I want an iPhone desperately, but because AT&T is involved with a terrible service, they let too many cell sites go away. There's too many dropped calls. I will stay with Verizon or any other service. Sprint is excellent as well. Sprint is better than AT&T. I think T-Mobile is better than AT&T. I have not had a T-Mobile phone, but I have tried AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint, and I will stay. They could give me an old brick phone with Verizon, and I'd stay with it because I need a phone that works. I cannot have dropped calls. And that actor that's on TV, I don't know what he's smoking before he does those ads.
What do you stop it, Mike?
Pay him very big bucks to go ahead and lie about the coverage.
Make it absolutely no sense whatsoever. I don't know how you even got on this topic.
I can't hear you. I'm on my AT&T phone. Are you saying something? Apparently, I'm dropping the call. Oh, I hear the music. We'll be right back on CRN. Hello, can you hear me now?